Today I'm going to explain to you how to use your awareness of being or your imagination, which is God, and which is who you truly are, to shift realities or to get anything you want, even when your physical senses deny it. So whatever you are aware of being or having at this very moment is the exact reason why you are who you are being or why you have what you have now. What do I mean by that? Because your awareness of being is God, and that is who you truly are. Thus, whatever you are aware of being or having at this very moment is what you are going to physically experience. In other words, whatever you have now or whatever reality you are experiencing right now, you are experiencing that reality because your true self, your awareness or your imagination keeps imagining itself in your current reality, and thus it keeps it alive. So it is your focus or your awareness that keeps any given reality in your view or alive. So as long as you are aware of being in your current reality, you are going to remain there indefinitely. In fact, the only reason you can actually experience your physical reality or even your body is because your true self, which is your imagination and not your physical body, took on a form of your physical body by becoming aware of being it. So, in other words, there is no physical experience without the awareness of such an experience. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. In Him was life, and the life was the light of men. John 1:3. Who is He? He is your awareness of being or your imagination, and He is God. So as long as you are aware of not having what you want based on your senses, you are not going to be able to perceive the reality in which you already have the thing desired. Why? Because there is a version of you who is already in your desired reality, and that version of you already has what you want. They are already aware of having what you desire, just as you are currently aware of having what you have right now, and thus you no longer want it. So the key to shifting to any reality is to become aware of already having the thing desired, even when your senses deny it, or even when you are physically still in your current reality. But how do you do it? Well, you need to understand that your true self is not your physical body, but rather it is your imagination. Because your true self is your imagination, and you should be willing to test it, and your imagination is God. Basically, wherever you go in your imagination and make it real, consider yourself already there. You should be willing to go beyond your senses. And if you can imagine yourself in a particular reality by mentally sensing it or feeling it until it takes on the tones of reality, and then persist in the awareness of already being in that reality, you will shift into that reality, or that reality or state will be objectified on the screen of space. So the idea here is to put this to the test and prove this to yourself. Your consciousness is the only reality. Everything in your physical reality, including your body, is your consciousness pushed out. So when you realize that your true self is not your body, but rather your awareness of being or your imagination, and you stop associating yourself with your body, you will not be limited to your senses. You can literally place yourself in any reality and make it real and objectify it on the screen of space. This is how you can make any invisible parallel reality or state visible to you. By Neville Goddard. A man who is now poor and embarrassed because of his poverty, he can still dream and dream of wealth, dream of security, but it's a shadowy state. It is something that seems to him almost impossible if he is going to use reason. He will say, how is this thing possible? Because I have no background, either intellectually or financially or socially, to even hope to achieve that sort of thing. But if he knows who he truly is, the Spirit of God, who creates all things, dwells in him, and that he can detach that indwelling being from the body that he wears and actually enter his dream, the dream will take on reality. And if he persists in it, it will objectify itself in this world. So what Neville is saying here is that your true identity is the Spirit of God, or your awareness of being, and not the body that you are wearing at the moment. And therefore you are not bound by time and space, and you can actually enter any reality of your choice and animate it. So how do you enter any parallel reality and animate it? Or how do you make that which is invisible visible? So what you want to do is to conceive an imaginal scene, which implies that what you want has already happened. And then enter that imaginal scene by mentally feeling it and sensing it until it takes on the distinctness of reality, or until it feels like a memory. In other words, imagine in first-person point of view that you already have what you want, or it has already happened. And keep looping that imaginal scene until it takes on the tones of reality. And then persist in the awareness of already having what you want. And although you do not physically see it yet, it will work. It will be objectified on the screen of space. The invisible parallel reality will become visible to you, or what you want will be objectified on the screen of space.